Okay, so I am a full-time touring musician and I am currently in the middle of nowhere, Germany, in this really cool little log cabin. So I thought it would be a really great idea to make a daily carry video for touring musicians. What sparked this idea was a YouTube channel that I really love and watch every single video. He's a Nashville session guitarist, Justin Ostrander, who has extremely valuable content for people that want to actually play guitar for a living. I can't recommend his channel enough. He just did one of these for session guitar players, so I wanted to do one for the touring guitar player. Our two goals basically are to be prepared for anything and have the right equipment and the right tools for any and all problems that may arise. So if you ever see me walking into a gig, I'm gonna have these 4 bags on me pretty much every single time. On the back, this is my double guitar bag from Reunion Blues. I have a small backpack of personal items, I have a tech bag, and I have my Reunion Blues pedalboard bag. And each bag has its own purpose and application. So obviously the guitar bag kind of speaks for itself, right? This is where I keep my guitars. I also have this drawstring, which is just a personal backpack that, you know, it's kind of my daily things that I need that day. And then I also have a tech bag. So the way we travel and the way that we tour, I kind of double as our tech. We don't travel with one. And if anything goes wrong with the gear or the guitars, typically I am the one to fix it. So it's always handy for me to have a whole bag of tools and different things to make sure that I'm ready for anything that can happen to a guitar on the road. And of course, my pedalboard. Pretty self-explanatory. Let's now see what's in all this stuff. Okay, so this is everything that I'll have with me on a gig. So let's start off with the personal bag. So again, this is all of my things that are gonna come with me to and from the gig. So like by personal items, I mean things that like my water bottle, my in-ear monitors, all the stuff that is gonna come with me to and from the hotel. But most importantly, for me at least, is my broken body. What's in here, what I call my little med kit. I'm suffering from some really bad tennis elbow, and my left elbow absolutely killing me. So in this bag I have a little bit of like a warm-up kit that I typically do every day. This is one of those gyro balls that you can get it going, and as you spin it faster it adds weight, so it serves as a really good wrist warm-up. So I always have this on me in case I'm feeling really tight or anything and my arm is feeling a little bit suspect. I also have this, which is a grip enhancer ball that you put around your fingers, and it works as a two-way exercise for your hands to prevent said tennis elbow from ruining your life like it is for me right now. So with this, you can expand your hand, extension and flexion in your forearm. That helps keep your hand healthy and strong. I definitely recommend it if anybody's having hand troubles or if you just want general better hand health. Definitely look into that. I'll put links to that below. Can you see this? Okay. We've also got a regular tennis elbow band, and I also keep a bouncy ball. I actually got this while we're on the road here, and I use this also in case I get tight. So I'll just take this bouncy ball and I'll kind of dig it into the areas that are really bugging me. So if it's barking and I'm really stiff or something, or sometimes it helps to rub it into my bicep a little bit, I'll use this bouncy ball as like a massage ball. I know these aren't necessarily exciting guitar player things, but hey, as a guitar player, if you wind up having hand issues like me, take care of it and fix yourself. I've always got my sunglasses. I always keep a nasal spray just in case if I have like an allergy attack or something, I want to be able to still play the show without pain. Extra chapstick and baby wipes. I am a baby wiper. If you're not, then you're just wrong. Sorry. So that's pretty much everything that sticks around in my personal bag. Now let's get into this this tool bag. So this is actually a pistol kit that I got from a Walmart years ago, and I've had it with me ever since. I think from our first tour I bought this because it's actually perfect for tools. So it opens up sideways like a taco, or like a sandwich, whatever. Yeah, like a taco. And in here I have, these are loop earbuds. So these are in case we ever don't have in-ear monitors and we have to play on a loud stage with real amps next to the drum kit. These are fantastic earbuds that don't really affect the tone of what's going on around you. It just drops the volume by 18 dB. These are really great. There's no sponsorship here. I'm just a customer and I really, really like those as earbuds. I've also got my D'Addario Pictin. This is my D'Addario strings that I keep in this metal tin. I think if you buy a 10-pack of New York XLs, you get this metal tin. I like having them in here just to protect the loose strings instead of a cardboard box. So I always have my extra strings. This is a case of oh shit strings, where I just basically have loosies in here, loose strings that if something happens, I can just grab and change quickly. I've got my polishing cloth, which, you know, before you go on stage, you like your guitar to have a little bit of a shine to it. And just want to show you what this looks like now that I took all the middle stuff out. So in this bag, you have all these cool compartments in here. And these, I guess, were made for magazines, for clips for a pistol. But I actually just put tools in here. And it's actually perfect for that because guitar tools all tend to be a long, narrow shape. So they all fit right there in these little slots. So I really, really love this pistol bag as a touring companion. It's perfect. I've got Music Nomad fret polish. So if you play a lot of outdoor festivals, sometimes your frets will get really grimy and dirty. And you'll start feeling that really grittiness to it. So I've got this fine fret polish from Music Nomad. Really good stuff. I'll put links to all this stuff below. I've got extra patch cables, extra power cables to go from my power supply to my pedals. More Music Nomad stuff. So I'm just a Music Nomad fan. I have no sponsorship nor affiliation with them, but these two kits are great because they have this screwdriver set that's got pretty much everything that you would need. All the different screw heads. It's got everything pretty much that you would need. It even has like a hex wrench for all sizes of bolts or nuts that you'll have on the guitar. So I really like having this. This is a very handy do-it-all kit. And then this black one is all of your truss rod and Allen wrenches, just for any problem that may come along. Music Nomad has a solution for it in one of these two kits. I have a neck cradle. This is just a standard, this is D'Addario also, D'Addario neck cradle, so if you're on a table changing strings, this will support your neck. It's not super sturdy, but it gets the job done. Regular pair of pliers. I think this is really important. I use these all the time just for random things. You'd be surprised. Somebody else has a problem with something that you need pliers for. Pliers always come in handy. It's always good to have a set of pliers. Let's see what else I got in here. More power cables. I have extras of everything. You should always have extras of everything. This is the Cruise Tools, like kind of like Swiss Army knife for guitar players. This has everything from Allen wrenches to a truss rod adjustment for a Gibson. It's got the wrench appropriate size, flatheads. It's got a little ruler on it. So this is a great little companion. Also has almost every tool that you'll need. You might think we're getting redundant here, but it's always good to have extras of these tools because these tools save your life and you need to have extras. And other things, I have Gibson guitar polish. I just like Gibson guitar polish. I think I picked that up on the road last year and just kept it in the bag ever since. This is Tune It. So this is also from Music Nomad. This is basically like nut sauce, but it's just from Music Nomad. Put a little bit of this in the nut slot if you're having tuning stability issues. I haven't needed this yet, especially with my Sur that we'll get to in a little bit. But this is definitely something that I recommend you have just in case something starts binding. You definitely want to be able to take care of it. I've got extra power supply for my HX Stomp. Absolutely necessary. You'll notice a lot of extra power just in case something goes wrong. I've also got Dunlop string cleaner. So I'll use the string cleaner in between gigs. I don't like to change every single gig. I'm not one of those guys that likes to have a fresh pair of strings every gig. It's just not my favorite sound, and I don't like fighting with bright strings. I like to have them a little bit dull, a little bit used. So if my strings start getting a little nasty, I'll rub a little bit of this on there, and that usually fixes up the problems. Now this I got on this trip. On this European trip, we just spent a week in Switzerland, and I thought it would be cool. This is a real Victorinox. This is a real Swiss Army knife from Switzerland, the original Swiss Army knife company. I basically got this because I wanted it. But one thing that's really cool that has on it that I've needed a few times is the bottle opener. So after a gig, somebody wants to have a beer, I've got a bottle opener. And then if anything needs to be cut or anything, I have my Swiss Army knife available to me at all times. So in my last of my little pistol areas, I've also got another Music Nomad guitar polish that kind of was just in there as a spare, I guess. And now, probably my favorite thing, and this is one of the first things I ever bought as a guitar player, is this Planet Waves winder, clipper, and peg puller. I've never seen another one like this. I don't think they make it like this anymore. Now they make them with the two arms, but this one actually folds into itself. So it stays like this when it's not being used. I love this thing. I would be so upset if I ever lose this because this is probably one of my favorite pieces that I've ever had. Use it every string change. Always have and always will. I just really love this thing. Okay, let's get to the outside pouches of my tech bag. You see how much stuff this bag fits. This thing really does well. The outside, typically just extra batteries. This is just a little flat compartment back here. It's not really good for anything besides paper, or you can put your credentials in there from the festivals. But for me, I keep my extra batteries. Now in this bigger pouch here, I've got a little bit of a mess right now, but this is a USB power. This is an Anchor power bank in case your phone's dying or my camera. I like to have extra power on me at all times just so I can make sure that I can charge up. I've got two of these. Again, have two of everything just to make sure that your bases are covered. I've got a full scissor in here. I can't tell you how many times you need a real scissor on the road and you look around and don't have one. So a real kitchen scissor, whatever you want to call it, like a crafting scissor, is really, really useful. I've got extra USB cables for the chargers and also for anything I might need to plug into my laptop. And now, stuff that I actually use. I've got this old Graphtec bag that's falling apart. It looks like a piece of roast beef at this point. But that is where I keep my extra picks. I use Dunlop 1mm blackouts. So this is my go-to pick for gigs. I don't use the tip, I use the shoulder. So that's a little Uncle Larry tip from the homeschooling show. Using the shoulder, guys like Tom Bukovac, Guthrie Trapp, they advocate for using the shoulder. I started doing it a couple years ago and I really love it, so I always use the shoulder of my picks. And I also have two headstock tuners. I've got a Diodario that I haven't even opened yet, and I've also got this Peterson strobe tuner, so if I'm in the hotel room and I don't have my pedal board and I don't have anything to plug into to tune up, it's way more reliable than your cell phone. And also just having a good headstock tuner on you at all times is always beneficial. I don't always need it on gigs because I have a plug-in tuner on my board, but this is a great headstock tuner for those looking for a good headstock tuner. That does it for the pistol case. So let's look at the pedal board here. So this is a Reunion Blues RBX pedal board case. This is the smallest version that they have. And this first pouch here is great to carry a laptop in. I keep my extra cables in here. This is all my 1/4 inches, extra USBs, all the cables that I might need on the gig that might go wrong. I've got a whole nother bag of picks in here, just in case if the tech bag goes missing or the tech bag doesn't make it to the stage. This is also always close by. Can't play the gig without the pedal board, so I won't forget that. Another polishing cloth, Can't have too many of those. I also have my favorite slide. This is a Dunlop 218 slide. I always keep that here so I don't lose it. It's always nearby. More extra patch cables. And this is a great little setup that they have in this bag because you can put your laptop in here. It's got a cable loop here. Just really well thought out gig bag for a pedal board from Union Blues. And now the main pouch. We've got the pedal board. Look at this lush blue interior of this. I love this thing. So here's a closer look at everything that's inside the pedal board. I figured it'd be easy to do this on the ground. These are my Audio-Technica M50s. I keep these in here at all times just in case. It's always better to troubleshoot your digital solutions on your own, make sure everything's outputting correctly. I've got, right now I've got a European IEC cable here, but in that top pouch that I showed you earlier, I also have UK and USA just in case. This is my Shure QLX wireless. I have that right on the board here, which is, it's just easier to have instead of a rack. Another headstock tuner, I always keep this on here just in case. If for some reason the stomp ever goes down and I have to use just the Nordland into a house amp, I would like to have headstock tuner with me at all times. And I keep 2 capos on the board because, again, just in case, it's always better to have extras. I use this G7 as my main capo. This fits right on and pinches in place really easily. If for some reason this is missing, or you know what it's like when things just randomly go missing. And then I also have this, I think this is a Dunlop trigger. Yeah, Dunlop USA capo. This one's for electric, so it's a little thinner. And this is my backup, and I hook them right into here. So this is the handle of the pedal board, and I just make sure that they're hooked on and the tuner's hooked around here, so all of these stay put in transport and my Klotz DI box. Here's a look. That's the 30th anniversary Nordland, HX Stomp XL, wireless power. Yeah, there's a whole video of this of this pedal board and the pedal board case if you want to check it out on the channel. Feel free to do so if you have more questions. So let's now take a look at what's in here. So this pouch is also a space that you should not ignore. Sweat towels, huge for me. Very active on stage. Jessica's show is super, super high energy. So we're doing crazy amount. We put our Fitbits on and we're burning like 800 calories in an hour-and-a-half show. So we're doing some crazy running around. So sweat rag, absolutely necessary. I think I even washed it once. I've also got an extra strap. Shout out to my best friend Bobby for buying me this strap. Because think about it, you don't really wonder what happens if a strap breaks apart or you can't use a strap when you're on a gig. So I always like to have an extra strap just in case. And I've got more extra cable in here, more USBs. This is a little Joby tripod that's magnetic. I'll mount my camera, I'll mount a light, or I can mount anything to this that's got a 1/4 thread, so it's good for my camera gear. I just like to keep it on in my guitar bag so it's with me at all times. And then things exclusive to my guitar. This is my bag of Sur equipment, so this has all the truss rod adjustments for the Sur that's in the gig bag. So for the guitars, let's go swing around so we could show you these a little bit more close up. So the guitars that I'm running on this tour, we're going no backup. So Jessica is running her Kiesel. This is their version of a Tele. This is everybody's favorite guitar. Everybody that goes by gawks at this. White ash body with gold. This thing it's such a babe. It's such a cool guitar. And it's sounding great, and everybody's been really, really digging this one. And for me, I have a whole video on this guitar on the channel, but this is my custom Sur. I customized this a couple years ago when they first sponsored me. I just love it. It does everything that I need it to be. It can be everything. It is everything I need it to be. It's a Strat, it's a Tele, it's a Les Paul all in one. The wiring setup in here is like the Brent Mason. So this middle knob is wired directly to the middle pickup. So it's just a blend. So that's a really unique thing about this. I have a whole video on this guitar on the channel if you want to see more specs and hear what it sounds like. So that just about does it for my daily carry on the road touring. So I think I've got everything covered. Now I've got to put all this crap away. So let me know what you guys think of this. Let me know what stuff I missed. If I missed anything, what would you have taken on the road with you? And yeah, if you made it this far into this video, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.